Hello guys, welcome to today's album review, which is going to see us featuring or reviewing the Greatest Showman Soundtrack. It was chosen by Brett, so I'll let him go ahead and tell us what he thought of it.
Thanks, Lee. So obviously when we did the selection, I already had pre-said that I'd seen the movie, I knew the album, I knew the songs, and was obviously quite pleased and happy with that. Hadn't listened to it for a while, and I say it was great to listen to it again. Again, I'll get straight to the point and be clear that there wouldn't be any song that I wouldn't put on a potential playlist. I do like them all. I have narrowed it down to sort of my top three that I would potentially take from there. For me, it's just a real good, feel-good album. It's interesting for people. So a little story about it. So my wife is actually not a fan of musicals at all. So we actually went to this around about my birthday. I went to this really small cinema and there wasn't much on. And this was one of them. So we decided to go and see that. And for someone who does like musicals, even by the end of it, she actually really enjoyed the movie. And not only that, enjoyed the music and the soundtrack that came with it as well. I will probably say the soundtrack and the music is more fitting for part of the movie. But I still think what makes it so good is that you can just enjoy it. Well, hopefully when we hear your points, Lee, probably that'll be the case where actually you can still enjoy the music without actually having seen the movie or get an idea. But really, the music is designed to go with the movie. It is a movie soundtrack, and this album has done amazingly well as an album in its own right, which just shows how probably good it probably was. Because I think it generally is quite good pop songs that go with it, really. But like I said, it is meant to be to go with the movie, and I think it probably does help for someone to probably appreciate or enjoy it a bit more. But like I said, really, really love the album, love the movie, and yeah, there's not really a song on there that I didn't like, really.
Okay, so I came into this in a completely different way to Brett because I hadn't seen this movie, hadn't even really heard of it. So, I didn't know what the music was going to be at all. Didn't know what I was letting myself in for, basically. But I think, yeah, kind of along the lines of what Brett said, it's a kind of good, sort of feel good sort of album, quite uplifting songs. And like you said as well, there's not really a song on there that I didn't like. I thought they were all good songs. Like how good, in my opinion, I don't know, because there are probably two potential songs there that I'm considering downloading and listening to on a playlist, but I'd have to listen to the album again. So when we do the 10 album review thing, where we rank the 10 albums, by then I'll be able to say for sure which songs I've taken, if any. I don't know yet, but yeah, overall it was a good, solid album. Yeah, quite poppy in general, but a nice mix of some ballads, some more uplifting, kind of livelier songs as well, with different singers involved. Some male vocals, female vocals. We had the ensemble, so it provided a good variety of music. And I am generally a fan of, and always have been, just a fan of sort of pop music. This kind of stuff. So yeah, I enjoyed it overall. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! That's good to hear. Love to hear that.
Okay, so what we need to do now then is to go through the songs. Just give me 1 second. Let me just turn something off so there's no sounds. Okay, so I will just bring up my list. Okay, so the first song was The Greatest Show. So obviously, again, whenever you get the first track or some music that you don't know what it is, you're not familiar with it, it's always kind of quite an important track, I think, because it kind of set the way for how the album's going to go, and of course, you know, first impressions and all that. So I didn't like the beginning. It was like going whoa, whoa. There was some whoa, whoa bit from what I remember, and I didn't like it. And I thought, okay, where's this going? However, the song suddenly became quite a good song. It went back to the whoa, whoa bit, which I didn't like. Then I really liked the part with the backing singers. I just thought there was quite a bit happening in the song in general, and overall, it was a good song. And that's one potential song that I want to listen to a few more times, and I may end up downloading it. I don't know yet. But yeah, I did like it. It kind of the song grew on me. Like, I don't mean in terms of having to listen to it time and time again, but I just mean the first bit I didn't like. Then as the song went on, it sort of really got going, and yeah, it was quite good in the end.
Yeah, it's definitely worth listening to it another few times to get to it. And what you said there about the start of it, you know, going to an album, but it's also part of the movie. So this is literally the first bit of the movie. Now, because it's sort of loosely based on a true story, people kind of we won't really know what sort of the outcome's going to be. So this song with the view you see is almost the ending of the movie. So it's almost just showing you exactly sort of what the outcome is going to be, which is great because obviously you go straight into it. Good, powerful song. You get the idea. And I said it works a lot better when you're seeing the visuals of the movie as well. But generally, yeah, a great opening track and a great ending track, which I'm sure we'll get to as well. But yeah, really good, strong song.
Okay, the second one, A Million Dreams. I put down sounds like something from a Disney film animation soundtrack. A nice song without really liking it, if that makes sense. And has a kind of had a children's feel to it, like it's kind of more of a kind of kids type of song.
Yeah, so the main characters is him as a young boy and his future wife as a young girl. Sort of because we start with talking about their kids as well. Yeah, really sort of nice one. This is actually one of the songs I liked in the movie. It was actually my favorite song from the movie at the time, and is going to go into my playlist. Just again, a really nice song. Again, more fitting when you see the movie as well to put it all together. Really nice. And I hope this isn't sort of cheating what we're doing. So because I knew the album quite well and it's quite a short album, I also listened to the reimagined. So there's a reimagined album of this. So it's modern artists doing versions of these songs. And Pink and her daughter sing a version of this one. It's very similar. There's not much difference to it, but it's also a very good version of that as well. So yeah, this is one that will be going on my playlist.
So third song. This is what I don't get. I'm sure, Brett, you're going to be able to explain this. There was two of these songs on here. This one was A Million Dreams, the same song again, but in brackets, reprise. I don't know what reprise means.
Yes.
And I just said, what was the point in that? It was it about a minute long? I can't remember. And it was like a continuation of the song. I don't know, but I just don't understand what that was.
Yeah, so you get in most movie soundtracks where the song reappears in the movie. So you have sort of the main song, and then there's a later stage where the main character, his two daughters, are singing their little version of that as well, just to set the mood of the thing there. So it's just, yeah, it's always nothing tracked to it, but it just appears in the movie. And they sort of slightly sing again, and literally only for that minute as well.
Okay, fine. So that answers my question. Okay. Next one was Come Alive. Sounds a bit like Robbie Williams. The whole ensemble gets involved, and not bad. That's what I put there.
Yeah. I don't mind this song. Again, it fits in well with sort of the movie, because at this stage now, the character is now trying to start up his new business venture that he wants to do, and it's, you know, getting advertising now there. It just works quite well there, and they say it's starting getting people together, and again, it's just sort of a nice uplifting song to get things started there. And again, on the reimagined version, there's a version there by the Years and Years and Jess Glynn, which again is also quite nice. any better, any worse than the original one. No, but for me, Come Alive, yeah, it's just a good, nice, fitting song for that part of the movie, really.
Yeah. The next one. So obviously we're looking at this in a very different way. You're sort of picturing the thing, the thing happening, and because you've seen the movie, whereas I'm just seeing it just as for a song with no more no visuals
exactly
attached.
that,
Next song was called The Other Side. Sounds like Mika, and if you remember Mika, he's the one that did Relax, Take It Easy. I just thought it had that voice to it. Not so keen on the speaking bit, but then the main part was quite good, and it sort of turned into like a proper pop song. But other parts sounded more like they were from a show. So it's kind of a mix of a kind of what sounded like a proper pop song with kind of a more kind of showy part, which obviously it is a show.
And that's the thing. That's why I said, remember that I said this. At the end of the day, this is a musical, and like I said, for a musical to do well and try, it is normally fine. I think this was going to sort of some ways where a lot of these songs, like most, I guess, soundtrack albums, you might have one or two really big popular songs, which might be the case here. But you normally have one, and then the rest are just fillers. Whilst this is as close as being like a pop album as well. So even though that particular song, which I really, really like, is one of my favourites, it is going on my playlist. It is a very musical number where they're sort of singing, talking about what they're acting out, so to speak. This is why my other half, she doesn't generally like musicals, because she's going, well, why don't they just talk normally? Why do they have to sing and dance? And like I said, it just works really well. This one here, and I think again, if you watch it with the movie, it just fits in nicely. And again, with the reimagined version, it's with a guy called $Sign and a guy called Max. And even so, it's almost like a more modern take on that song. Well, I say modern take, it's not so much so, but it's another good version. So I think if you get a chance, you should have a listen to that one as well, potentially.
Okay. The next song was Never Enough. Yeah, for this one, the only thing I noted down was powerful ballad. Nothing more. Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, it's exactly the words I've put there. So it's like the one, well, there's another sort of power ballad as such, but the other one's a bit more poppy. This is just a standard, power ballad song. And again, when you see the movie, it fits in really nicely with it there. But even on its own, as a pop song on its own, I still think it's very, very good. Funny enough, the actress who's in that is Rebecca Ferguson, who is renowned for known singing, but she actually doesn't sing the song in the movie. It is sung by someone else, someone called Lauren Allard. Again, most people might already know that if they listen to this, if they're keen on it. But it's something I was surprised to know, really. So, but just a good, powerful ballad song.
Yeah, the next one, This Is Me. So this is the song that I'm also considering putting onto my playlist. I don't know yet. I need to listen to it again a number of times. So this one sort of, got me hooked, like got me attracted to it from the beginning, from the way it started. I just got a very powerful voice, really good voice there with backing singers. It's a good song. I found it quite motivational as well. Just like be who you are kind of thing. Again, I don't know what went on in the movie, but just listening to it, the song, the lyrics alone, yeah, I just thought that was one of the best songs on the album.
Yeah, so this was classed as sort of the movie's anthem soundtrack, really, the main song, which is generally what it's all about. And you can't listen to it and not sort of get a good feeling from it. It has that sort of emotional ballad bit at the start, and then the powerful bits throughout. Yeah, really, it's one of the most popular ones from the movie. It's not going to be on my playlist. Like I said, I prefer there's other songs on it. And yeah, so based on the movie, so it's just, so the short version of it is where main character P. Barnum is creating, he's almost eventually going to be creating a circus. So at this point, what he's doing is he's creating like a old school, old fashioned freak show. He's got people who seem a bit different to come together, people who pay to see him. So then at that point, there's lots of people who don't like them. They think they're different. They throw bottles at them and stuff. So and because there's other sidelines to it as well, but it's them empowering themselves, going, we don't care what other people think. This is who we are. We're happy. We're pleased. We're proud. And I think there's a lot of people nowadays who will take as their own anthems and get quite inspired by that song. And it's great that even that you, without knowing exactly what it's about, the movie can still pick that up from the song as well and felt it as a, feel good, be proud of yourself kind of song.
Yeah. Okay. Rewrite the Stars was next. So I quite like this because it had some male and female vocals in the song, so it was nice. Just put down as a nice pop song. Didn't really have much more to say about it. Just quite good.
Yeah, good and sound pop song. Yeah, it's sort of a love story between two people. This one here. Never overall one of my favourites at the time, but there's no denying you can't. It's hard to dislike the song because again, it's just a nice, good pop song. And again, when I keep going back to, even if you take it away from the movie, it would sit on its own quite well as a standard pop song.
Yeah. The next song was Tightrope. I suppose this was quite a ballady type song, I suppose you could say. I put voice too high in parts, I thought maybe towards, especially at the beginning. Wasn't too keen on the voice, it's just in certain parts of the song. Not bad, but not as good as some of the others I put.
Yeah, this is sort of overall my probably least favourite song, and that's been a bit harsh because again, it's hard not to really appreciate it, and again, just works well in the movie. And again, it's just trying to tell the emotional side of this stage of the movie. So yeah, just a good, all right song. Definitely got nothing against it though at all.
Okay. Moving on, we had Never Enough. Again, this was a reprise version of it. I just put down pointless. I mean, I don't, at the time, obviously, I didn't know what it was, what the point of it was. You've explained it now. It was very, very short. I think, again, it was about a minute long. It was all right, but I don't know, the way I see it, we've already listened to that song anyway, the proper version of it, so I don't really understand. I do understand because you've explained it, but I don't know, it was just there. It's all right.
Yeah, if you listen to, yeah, that's that. But again, it just comes up again in the movie. And also put here, so even though that was a minute long, and obviously you don't get the whole ballad part from it, even that minute, you still feel the sort of emotion and quite how good a song it could potentially have been, even in that short minutes. And it would have been quite interesting if it'd been the other way around, if these reprise bits were I mean, I don't think it ever would be that way, but if you heard those bits first, it's almost like a little taste, and then you hear it again as a full song. I wonder how you'd end up feeling about that. But again, it's just part of the movie. But even in that minute, you can still really appreciate and get a lot of feeling from that song.
One thing I would say, not about this album specifically, but about a lot of the albums we've listened to in just generally, I'm not a fan of these little snippet things. Like this one was called a reprise for 1 minute. The amount of albums we've listened to, whether it be a rap album, will always seem to have them in, but even other types of albums have them as well, where they have this, what to me, they're just silly things. I don't know, noises and sounds, and I'm not a fan of it. When I listen to an album, I just want to listen to songs, proper songs. I don't like and need these silly little things in between. That's my personal opinion anyway.
And yeah, it's me on the other side. I actually don't mind that bit of that. Again, I think it depends. There are some which do seem a lot more pointless than others. And I do sometimes think, well, why doesn't that just be attached to the end of the song or just be the start of a new song rather than a whole separate little thing? But again, I think it does work sometimes with certain albums where you do get that sort of continuation going on. But I do get it from your side as well. But I, as in me, Mr. Positive, can take it on. I don't mind it too much.
Okay, so the last song was called From Now On. And I think you mentioned something earlier about you wanted to talk about this one.
No, so as in the Greatest Show song then comes back at the end of the movie.
That's back at the end
as well, because it's almost full circle, because you see how it started and then how it finished off there, really.
So this song, From Now On, I was expecting quite a big, powerful, impressive song. I guess A, because it's the last song on the album, so it's kind of closing everything off. And secondly, from the length of the song, from what I remember, it was over 5 minutes long. So, and I think on the whole, it didn't really disappoint me because slow start, very slow start. From what I remember, just a bit of speaking, not much going on. Then it livened up. Then the ensemble joined in, and I just like the contrast from like just the slow words being spoken at the beginning of the song to a full-on, energetic, powerful song. Again, I don't know if I'm going to download this or not and put it on my playlist. I'll listen to it again and make a decision. But yeah, good song to end the album, I think.
Yeah, this is my favourite song on the album. Like I said, it wasn't when I first seen the movie, but then after listening to it a few times, this has so become my absolute favourite. Again, I think if you watch the movie, it helps a lot with the song as well. So got somewhere at this point, he's almost, so he started off from nothing, built himself up to something, and then sort of gone back down again. So at this point now he's picking himself back up to try and start all over again. There's all good, probably businessmen try to do, even all the heartbreak and the hard times you get. You know what? You brush yourself up, you start again. Really powerful, great song. There's actually a video on YouTube of Hugh Jackman, the actor. He's talking about this song and give you a short version of it where he found out he actually had cancer, skin cancer removed from inside his nose. So when they were pitching for this movie to be made, he actually was told he's not allowed to sing, which is an important part of what they want to try and sell across from there. So when they were demonstrating to the producers and whatnot, he just sort of stood up there, was just meant to just stand there just to make it clear that he was going to be singing but wasn't actually allowed to sing. And as he gets on, he just can't help himself because he knows how powerful this song is, and ends up joining in, and then the whole entourage of everyone get involved. And I think it's a really good sort of video to watch from there. And on another note, again from the Reimagined album, there's a version of this by the Zach Brown Band. And just for you, I think you should definitely take that one and have a listen. It's got a bit more of a sort of country, folky, poppy sort of feel to it. I personally think you probably will quite appreciate, quite enjoy that version quite a lot.
Well, I think I didn't write this down, but from what I remember, it was that song when the song started to liven up a little bit after the initial kind of spoken words. I can't remember what you said. You say something about Irish something or other in the lyrics, and I thought, oh, that sounds a little bit country. You know, yeah, I just didn't. Yeah, so
yeah, I think even that version, there's a little sort of country folk kind of bit from there as well. But this other version takes it to very good version. I mean, I still prefer the original, but I think that is a very good cover version of it there. And I think for you personally, I think you would really enjoy that. But yeah, a fantastic, great song. And again, I think maybe more fits when you've seen the whole movie. But yeah, it's definitely going on my playlist for sure.
Yeah, so I'll be very interested to see your when we do the rankings for the 10 albums. You know, your sort of top one there.
Oh, I think I said this in the last video as well. I'm absolutely actually quite dreading it, really. I'm still trying to keep things back in mind what I'll be doing, but I think, like you, I'm going to re-listen to them all again and then see how things are. But yeah, lots of been very popular favourite albums for me so far.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I guess just to sum up, yeah, overall, good album. It's more my type of music. Okay, maybe not so much the kind of, what you call it, the showy bits, not the showy bits, but the more kind of musical bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm not so much into that, but I have to say, most of the tracks, for the most part, did just sound like normal kind of pop tracks. Now, I appreciate what you're saying, that if you watched the movie, it would help to like the songs even more, which of course makes sense. Maybe I will watch the movie. I don't know. If I can find it somewhere, I might watch it. And yeah, I just thought it was a good album. Nice to be able to listen to an album where I actually like the genre of music, you know, instead of all this hardcore rap stuff, whatever we listen, or whatever, all the dance stuff, especially electronic music. So yeah, it was a nice break from stuff that I don't really like listening to so much, to be able to listen to something that's more my type of thing, and just a nice, yeah, powerful, uplifting album in general.
There's not much more I can add to what I've said already, but I would say if you do find time, it might be worth to have a quick listen to the reimagined one as well, especially some of those other tracks from it, because I think they're pretty good as well.
So the reimagined one, is it exactly the same album, just with different artists?
Oh, yeah, exactly that, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll give that a go at some point. So guys, thank you for watching, and we will see you again on Wednesday for an album review. That's right, an album choice pick. See you guys, bye.